Kerala Blasters and ISL clubs, various. So the thing is that comes into when I introduce myself in English. Uh, this has been ongoing for past month, and we have actually done a 4 or 5 episode in Malayalam. And you guys, I hope you guys have watched the film podcast done by Alan and AJ. That was a awesome one for every United fan. I think you guys got a lot of info from that. So how was that actually, Alan? How was the experience?
Yeah, Phil was absolutely brilliant because he was very kind, hospitable, and whatever questions we asked him, whether it was, we tried to go in depth, and the responses which we got from Phil, it was, I was extremely satisfied because he is a diehard United supporter, and since he's been, seeing a lot of legends playing from a very young age, he knew what it meant to be a part of this club. So this is the kind of fans we usually want to see a lot in this channel, and I think when it comes to transfers as well as the updates that he told us during that episode, he was cr- like crystal clear about things, and he was talking a lot through the logic as well, like logics behind each and every deal that takes place in the summer market, and we discussed various targets as well. So I really enjoyed it. What about you, AJ? How did you feel about it?
Uh, First of all, once again, thank you very much, Phil, if you are watching this. And the second thing is, it was like Alan said, it was very nice experience. First of all, then we were able to discuss so many things regards to United, about transfers, future commitments, the ownership thing, then the structure hierarchy, about then obviously about next season's. How we can expect next season going to be. So he was so fluent in which he was giving us all the details from his experience or his knowledge or else his contacts, so which was really amazing. And he was the first guest of our pod, so it was an amazing experience and literally mind blowing. I was buzzing after we concluded the interview. I mean the pod. I was discussing Alan regards to the same. It was hugely buzzing moment to sit with a person like Phil, especially on his history and how he followed United for all these years. So it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, we have to thank AJ for that. Like he's the one who has arranged this. So first of all, we will thank AJ. And second of all, if you guys have missed that, please go back on our channel and the film sport is available. You can all watch that. And so from that, moving on to what we discussed in that, most of you have, I think, most of you will watch that and watch this. That's our intention. So uh, uh, in that, I think the first question you guys were asked, like, what about Frank De Jong? And Frank De Jong, and after that also, we have various reports regarding this getting done. It's almost to the finish stage. Even though someone like Simon Stone tweeting out his typical standard tweet that if we couldn't agree a deal, we will move away from the deal. And we have alternate targets. So, what do you guys think? I think this is more or less will happen in this window. I don't know when, but this will happen in this window.
Yeah, first of all, hi to Hadi from the comment section.
I
So
guess.
it's actually
Hi.
good to see Hadi. He's been a regular on our channel when it comes to interacting through the comments. So thanks a lot for supporting the channel. Yep. Coming to Frankie De Jong, I think um, I'm waiting for it to happen. Let's see when we'll complete the deal. I think it's all about structuring the right deal, like what we saw with Liverpool today with Darwin Nunes. although they're paying 100 million euros, we saw that they're just paying 75 to 70 million upfront, 70 to 75 million upfront, and most of it uh, after that the payments are through bonuses and add-ons. So we can expect something similar from United as well. But the thing is, since Barca is in a financial strain, definitely we have the more advantage when it comes to negotiation. So definitely we'll play hardball. So I'm expecting some delay. I don't think it will get resolved immediately. So that's my only worry. And when it comes to the reporting from the Spanish media, uh, they have been saying that Frankie hasn't made a decision yet. He's still thinking about playing at Barcelona ahead of next season. I don't think that's true, because last week the Spanish press was talking about what happens if Frankie goes and then Bernardo Silva comes in. They were discussing the next few targets after him. I feel this is
Yes.
to make United pay up to about 100 million euros with FC Barcelona's asking. So and we discussed about this particular point with Phil as well, and we had these concerns with regards to getting the deals done quickly. And also earlier the reports were a bit um, it wasn't matching with the narrative that was coming from the British side of things. And right now the stars are aligning. I feel 65 million pound is the magic number to get the deal done. Let's see how they'll structure the overall package. That's what my actual concern is. So yeah, hopefully if we don't get this deal over the line, we might be having alternatives. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's just see this deal happening quickly.
Okay, I'm just before coming to you, AJ. I'm just actually I forgot about why we are speaking in English. So I'll just say about that uh, the popular emotion, like popular feedback we got is there are a lot of guys who's watching this videos, but they are not able to understand. So either you guys speak in English or like add subtitles. The adding subtitle is a very big challenge for us. To get to the masses, or to get to all the people who are interested in this, we are speaking in English. And nevertheless, don't worry. uh, in We will do videos in Malayalam also, so that will happen. But it will be a mix of things from now onwards, so that all can follow. So we, in our social media handle, we will notify what's the language we are going to speak in. And you guys can obviously ask in Malayalam also, like we know Malayalam, so we can reply, or like we can interact in that also. That's never a problem. So that's one thing. And Ajas is asking, did Barca asking 100 million? Barca wants 100 million. So there are two different things to this. Like when you are selling something, you want something, right? You want a price for that particular thing. But that's not going to be happen in market. The market price will be very different to what you want. So Barca wants 100 million, but the fee that was, I think that was what Barca will accept, and what United will pay out. I think that will be around, the overall fee will be around 80 million euros.
Yes.
So there is a difference between euros and pounds. Uh, so what reported in England, that is 65 million pounds, that equals to 80 million euros in euros. So that's the amount. And I think again, I don't think they will accept 65. It's not 65, it's 80 million euros. So Alan, what he's saying is 65. That 65 is coming from the England journalists. So they are
Yes.
talking about, they are talking about in pounds. So what we are offering is, what we will offer is in euros. Euros means, uh, so I think our bid was around six. I think we bid around 60 plus 10. I think that was getting rejected. This is I'm talking in pounds.
You're talking in pounds, 60 plus
No,
10,
no, I'm
or
talking
euros.
in euros.
70 million euro
Yes.
total.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the first bid, and that got rejected, and that put the feelers down. And I think we will probably bid in 60 plus 20. That will again get rejected, and then probably what we will be at last we will be agreeing on a 70 plus 10. That's what going to happen. So this is all in euros. So when you convert this to pounds, it will reduce. It will be the overall package will be around 65 million pounds, and what United pay as a guaranteed sum, that will be around, I think, if it is 60, it will be around 50 million pounds or 48 million pounds or something like that. So and then again the structure of the deal is different. In that whatever 60 million euros that we are or 70 million euros that we are guaranteed, that we can structure again, like we can pay part of that upfront, we can pay rest of that in installments. So that also plays a huge role in how transfers are done. So the structure is also important. That's why some of the deals are announced, like some on Stein announced that this deal is going to happen, but then there takes a 1 or 2 weeks time to actually the deal gets uh, done. That's because they are arranging the structure of payments. Like there will be issues in that also, because um, because mm, some club may need upfront fee more, so they want that. So that will be part of the negotiations also. uh, yeah, so this is as Anurag said, they will not accept. As I said, it is not 65, and as of now, other teams are in race. But this is one of the question. Actually, I think AJ you asked to fill,
Yes.
as there are no other teams in. So if any other big team would be difficult for to close the deal. So what's your opinion on that? Like,
I had asked the same question because I was concerned about how we will accommodate the deal if somebody else is coming like City. So basically, my concern was the same. So I asked him what exactly going to happen. So if Phil was replying to me like there is concerns regards to if City is coming in and play.
Yeah,
So
I know.
what I told him, what he told me that it is going to be if a team coming up and making a bid, the eventual point is Ten Hag. ETH can play a big role in this. Basically, if you are looking at all the reports from the beginning, I mean, De Jong was not interested for to come to United. It's because of there is no Champions League, and his priority was to stay in Barca. But then again, ETH came into play, and he convinced the player. That is the reason why he is coming to United, and he would like to play in his favorite position, which
yeah,
is double pivot, and that was not happening at Barca. Look at for the last 2 or 3 matches how he plays in Netherlands team. So this is what every player wants. So those are the two things: ETH and uh, his favorite position. So both are singing together. I don't think if any other teams coming in and asking for him or bidding, this will change anything. As like uh, yes, again there will be delay. Some same like Alan said, but I don't think it will be like a when it can happen. That's it. Not like it will or it won't be. So like you said, 65 million pounds, which will be the final fee. I really believe 80 million, 82 million, which will be the, and in that also Barca is asking for upfront fee regards to the same. I mean, because of their struggles, I mean their financial struggles, they need I think 500 million before end of this month.
yeah.
Maybe it's because of the reason they are asking for huge money upfront, but still I feel like we have the upper hand in this negotiation. So hopefully it will end in the next week or the next.
Okay, the thing is, there was another question to us from MX6. So he is asking, who do you guys think we will target for CDM? So that's a question we will answer. But before getting, because I think we have a very controversial take on that. So before getting into that, we will just conclude this Dijong talk and like transfers that we have discussed with Phil. Then we will move on to that question. So then AJ the rebel is also saying that 80 million euros is costly. I feel we can get him under 75 million euros, including bonuses and all, like Barca's. That's the issue. Like we will see how the latest figure or whatever the latest figure. You now the deal is very close. So unless and until the deal is very close, we don't brief the media, and our the media briefs that goes on saying that we will walk away from this deal. That's the brief that mostly indicates that United are in advanced negotiation.
Yes.
So if we are, I think I think that will happen. Then I will urge everyone who watches this to wait for the. Don't go by this. There will be Spanish reports saying that we paid this much, we paid that much, and all these things. Ignore everything from Spanish. Uh, uh, Not real. Ignore everything from Spanish, and ignore everything from Spanish side, and we can actually what I will suggest is wait for the Simon Stone or Dakar article that will come at the end of when we have signed, and before the official announcement comes in. There will be an article from BBC from Simon Stone, and there will be an article from Dakar on Telegraph, and you can also include Lauri Vittel of Athletic. So these people will know the exact figure that we have paid. So they will put out that that's the figure we would have paid. And Alan, I think you need to add anything on this. Like,
Yeah, I had an important point to add. Phil had indicated during our podcast that since United see the attempts of a hijack coming from a potential, Frankie De Jong targeting teams such as Bayern or PSG, maybe even Man City, who knows? Just speculating here. United will try to advance it to the final stages as soon as possible. Like they want it to be wrapped up quickly, because if they
yeah,
keep on delaying it, then Barca can use intermediaries from outside to push other clubs to bid, like what George Mendes usually does.
yeah, yeah,
Last time we saw with the Ronaldo saga, right? So something similar might happen if we keep on delaying this thing. So what Phil said is we'll try to advance it as soon as possible.
Yes.
yeah. But then I will also like I watched the Phil intro, but then also Phil also mentioned something like if we have to wait out 2 weeks to get a good fee, then we can do that also because Barca are in a very precarious situation. So they
Yes.
need the, as AJ said, they need the money before June 31. So that's when the why. Well, you might guys ask why. So that's when their financial year ends. So there is an agreement there is a not there is a rule in La Liga where Barca and all these clubs has to spend certain amount of money only on the transfers and expense based on their revenue coming in. When their financial year end on June 31, they have to bring in certain amount of sum so that they can only sign, then only they can sign these already. They have already a deal with Christiansen and then Kise and then even Lewandowski. I think they have a deal with the player, but they can only bid for Lewandowski with Bayern when they have these people are
Money.
not registered yet, so they don't have the money. So only when then that happens, then they can bid for Lewandowski and sign him and register. So all these things have to happen. For happening this, they need the money. Uh, so we are in a they are it's kind of a very peculiar situation where the selling club is also in a desperate position. So I think this deal will get done. But then, as Alan said, there are other, like there may be other interests. But my point from this is what I am seeing is Bayern Munich, they just signed Ryan Gravenberch from Ajax, so they don't really need an DLP kind of position to be filled in. Like they have got a player for 30-35 million euros. It doesn't really make sense for them to go and spend 80 million euros. And they are also looking to sign Mane from Liverpool. So that kind of rules out Bayern. Then the another one is City. City can come in, but the clear indication from all the English journalists was City is never in for Frank de Jong, and City is going after Calvin Phillips. So this is the indication we have, and City is. I don't think City plays in a double pivot system. Also, uh, if Frank de Jong signs for City, whatever he faced in Barcelona I think he will probably face that in City also, because he has to be played in. He is not a single pivot, so there should be a two pivots, and Pep doesn't really play with that system. So Pep plays with a Rodri and then two eights. So if Frankie has to play, then Rodri and Frankie has to play, and then 110 has to play, like Kevin Trippier. But it won't be there won't be the attacking trust Pep needs from that, because Frankie is not really a great attacking threat. Uh, he scores goals, he assists and all, but uh, we have to mention it. Like he is not really a goal scoring midfielder. He's That's not his job. So I don't think City will move for him, because if City are moving, then Frankie has to play instead of Rodri. So that's another thing that that's kind of only makes PSG as the only club that can come for him. I can see, like from all of this, PSG is the only club that can come for him. But they already have Verratti, and they are looking for someone like someone in the mold of Tuchmani to fill in their midfield roster. So they are looking for a very number six kind of player who is a really good ball winner. So they are letting go Gaye, Herrera, all these people. So they are willing to fill in that. So I don't think PSG will also move. So what to say? Very comical way. There is only one club that can sign Frankie De Jong for this much money. That is United, and that's where his former, as Alan said, that's where his former manager works in, and he has a very good rapport with that manager. So I think this deal will get done, and it is in United court, and they can haggle a thing. But the haggling with this, the problem is it takes so much time that the other deals, I think United's other deal, are dependent on this deal. This is one of the thing actually Phil mentioned in the our that episode also, right, AJ? Like
Yes, yes, yes. He did. He did mention regards to the. It's because of we were very much interested in Darwin Nunes. Everyone knows that, and he even mentioned that because I was followed him for the last 1 year and asked him about is there any chances for United. So he was saying regards to Darwin is like we were interested, but our priority was De Jong. Is De Jong still? So it's like after De Jong transfer only we will understand how much money we have left. As per Phil, or everyone says it's about 150 million, which is the basic money we
Phil
have.
said 150, journalist said 120. It is in between
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, let's say so it's like 130 or 140. If De Jong was done before, we will be we could have tried for Nunes. But again, we were interested. We have had discussions with his agent, Mendes, no, and even the club as well. But in between, and we were knowing that interest from Liverpool, but suddenly Liverpool came in, and then the rest, you guys know what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
It was a
But I
shocking
don't.
thing.
Yeah, it was, but I don't think it was never our intention to go for two players for 150 million. Like
Yes,
whatever Liverpool has been, it is really mind blowing. Like they can bid that. Like I'm not saying that they have done a bad deal or anything, because I rate Darwin Nunes pretty highly. He's a very good player. I have seen him play almost all CL games and one of the Benfica game. But my point is, like, they can afford to do that when
yes,
they are almost set. So they can bring in. This is like SF bringing in Robin van Persie or something like that. Kind of like that kind of move. Like they can afford to spend that much of amount in one of the player to bring him, but
yes,
we cannot, right?
yes,
That means almost our entire budget is wiped out
yes,
with the Darwin deal. And another thing Phil mentioned is, even if we do that, he's not going to start 80%, 60% of our game, because
yes. Ronaldo
because
is
we
there,
have
of
something
course.
called Ronaldo,
Yes,
and he is supposed to start that. So
yeah,
spending 80 million on a striker and bringing him and putting him in bench would be the apt Manchester United thing that we would have done in past seasons, and I am glad that we didn't do this season.
yes,
Uh,
yep,
so, what do you say, Alan?
Yeah, absolutely. With Ronaldo in the team, he'll definitely he is an ambitious player, so he'll demand more. So he'll be playing 60 to 70% of the games, whether he fits the system or not. Because at the end of the day, he's a goal scorer. You can expect him to, score from any point.
No, that was the reply of Ten Hag in his press conference also. Like,
Yeah,
what Ronaldo brings to your team, goals.
exactly.
yes,
So he simply said goals. So,
And regarding strikers as well, we have a lot of wingers currently at United, and uh, there are talks about Rashford coming in and filling that substitute number nine
striker
role.
position. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to see whether that works out in preseason, because I read something from Samuel Lucker's article on Manchester Evening News that United are planning something with Rashford during preseason, because his contract talks are approaching. So in order to make his break into the team, like the last season was uh, it wasn't good enough for Marcus, so he needs to step up. This is
Yeah,
one of the solutions that Erik
yes,
Ten Hag probably might be looking at. And
yeah,
then I think someone reported about Eric and Rashford having
yes,
private conversations too. So this is a solution, but I think we will try to go for one forward. But this is dependent on our budget, and we all know that when it comes to United. Uh, when it comes to the budget, it isn't defined. It is always arbitrary, and but the thing is, it's got a lot of stringent conditions. Like you got to pay add-ons, you got to pay guarantee. Like it should be a certain format, it should be structured, and we'll only move for targets who are there on our list. Like players get offered to us more often. Like from there are many agents out there. They will want their players to be linked to United to get good offers. I think we have seen in previous windows, like Sergi Reguilon, the left back at Spurs right now. He was
yes,
offered to us, but then it was played in the media in the form of a hijack by Tottenham, but
yes,
where actually we didn't approach him seriously. And Teles was someone who was there on our list, so buying him was seen as a more viable option in 2021 or 2020. Yes, 2020. But uh, so that's the thing. Like Ronaldo will come in, he won't be happy to stay on the bench. most of the games. Whenever he's fit, he's definitely there in the starting 11.
Yeah, so I think that's so. From that thing, like so, Frankie Jong is one of our major targets.
Yes.
So apart from that, I think what we can really think is like Dakar article. He has mentioned we are targeting a versatile forward, and
Yes.
then a left-footed CB, and
Yes.
then probably a right back, or
Yes.
then maybe if we have funds, we will go for a second midfielder. So
Yes.
that's the thing. That's the layout of this thing. But then it can happen. Like the versatile forward can be someone like Ericsson, who has been linked to us, and he is a free agent.
Yeah.
So if we can sign someone like Ericsson, and then as Alan said, try to play Marcus as a backup striker or through the middle when Ronaldo is playing, then he can. This is one of the things that I have mentioned in one of our previous podcast also. So I think Eric has a two. So this is a tactical thing. I think in Ajax, Eric has a two tens. So one of his he used like this season. If you see, it was Klaassen and Bergois. So Bergois is a winger, turn 10. So if you see, I think so. My thinking is maybe Eric will try Rashford as a 10 behind Ronaldo, and the obvious question will be where Bruno will play. So I think Bruno will move to the left hand side and play a Tadic kind of role because in our squad, I think the Tadic role, if he's implementing the same thing what is Ajax said did at United, then that attic role only two guys can play that attic role. So one is Bruno and one is Sancho. So he can use both, but I think Sancho is more suited to that right hand side,
Yes.
right wing side, left. Even though he is not left footed, but his left footed is very underappreciated. So even though he is not left footed, I think he can do a role at the right wing as a winger and putting crosses in and cutting in whenever the right back overlaps. So I think this might happen that we play Rashford through the middle, and when Ronaldo is not there, we will push Rashford up to a striking position, and Donny Van de Beek comes in as a 10. So the next 10 is Klaassen. And when I talk with Ajax guys, what they said was you already have a Klaassen in your squad. Van de Beek is just Klaassen with the additional technicality.
Yes.
So that's how he plays. Like that's how I think he's also targeting a left-footed CB. So if you guys have saw last night's England's game, Harry Maguire played in a right-handed sided CB, and he was very good.
Yes. He was.
So, if you play the players in their position, like Harry Maguire is he's a right-footed player. So, but we have always played him in a left-hand side.
Yes.
Uh, but if you move him to a right-hand side CB, and then play a left-footed CB that has been signed to play there, then actually I think we will get most out of both. Obviously,
Yes.
there are issues with the Maguire's pace, recovery pace. But I think if you see in Ajax at the first Ajax team, which reached the semi-finals of Champions League, that's the team where Delit and De Jong and all these guys play. So Delit is someone who is very similar to Harry Maguire. Uh, if you like his recovery, he is not renowned for his recovery pace. Also, he is very the same thing as Maguire. So and then if not Maguire, we have Varane in that position. He's again we have for the right CB position we have lot of options. Like
Yes.
we have Maguire, we have Varane, we have Lindelof.
Lindelof.
But the major thing is we don't have a left-footed CB in our squad who can play in that LCB position. So that's where I think one of the signing will come in. And uh, we have also discussed regarding the uh, right back, how the right back will play. So the right back will play is kind of a third defender, right CB kind of defender. So that's where I think Timber will come in if we sign Timber. But if we are not, then we will have to see a replacement for that. I don't think. So if Dalot is playing there, then I think in left-sided CB has to play as a left back has to play as a left-sided CB, because that's how Erik Ten Hag operates. It's like City, how City operates. You can watch City like when Cancelo is the one who goes front. So one fullback will go to attack, and another fullback will act as a um,
Third
additional,
center back.
yeah, third center back. So this what this enables is when you put three CBs. So when people counter, you have three men defending that position.
Yes.
You have three men defending. So that means your both two pivot doesn't have to drop.
Yes.
So, but this every game you won't see this also. Like you can see in some of the games, one of these pivot will drop to three CB, and this left back or who are supposed to be third center back will go for the attack. So this is very fluid system that Erik Ten Hag will implement in United, but it will take time
Yes.
because all these are very subtle things that needs to be uh, gotten into the player's mind by training repeatedly. So if you see, there are if you read there was an athletic article about Ten Hag. So in that he said that when he trained Utrecht players, so he was training them as a 11 10 versus shadow kind of system. Like those, that means there is no opposition. You are just training by yourself. 10 people you are training. So he will stop and he will say you have to be 3 centimeter here, so 2 centimeter there. So this kind of like very minute details you have to get right. So that doesn't happen overnight, and it won't happen in a, even I don't think even in a season we will play like City or something, because City Pep had that much of a time to implement that.
Yes.
So so it will happen, but we all need to give time. The similar thing goes for the signings also. We need, as we said, we need a lot of position to be filled in, but it won't be, everything won't be coming in from the signings alone. Like we have a youth system, and we will look to that youth system to add few people, and there are existing players who will we will see a huge jump of performance coming in.
Yes.
There will be players um, who will improve their thing, and there will be players who continues to do what they have done, and that they will get replaced. So that will happen. So that we have to see in the next season who are those players. Like so everything won't be fixed in this window. So my suggestion is like let's support the team for whatever. Uh, like hopefully we will get that 4 or 5 signings in, because
Yes.
around 10 players or something are going from our scout. So we need that 4 or 5 signings, right? Anything to add, guys?
Uh, uh, yes, Alan, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think regarding preseason, this is the main reason why Eric is. I think today, a writer for Mirror named Steve Bates had written an article saying that Ten Hag wanted the De Jong deal to be completed early because he wanted to focus on other targets as well. Because preseason is vital for this team. We were rubbish last season, so we need to regroup,
yeah,
focus, and uh, we need to integrate the new players as well, especially if they're coming from a league outside Premier League, they need to
Yeah,
adapt to the surroundings and relocate themselves. So that's crucial when moving into next season, especially under a new manager.
new manager.
And
Yeah,
for Eric, the thing about confidence is that he needs to get results in the first 5 games. It may not be positive, but it should be net positive at the end of the day somehow. And patience is essential for each and every fan. Like, we need to trust in the process. Like, we've been hearing a lot of banter on social media when Arteta talks about it. But this is the thing. Like, when we're moving into a new manager, we are restarting from uh, a negative point, and then we have to move from negative to zero, and from zero to positive. So this is, this takes a lot of work, and I think that's what's necessary for us to do well on the pitch. And coming to what Krishnan had said regarding the academic products that we have at our club, I think not just academic products, but I think we can somehow try to improve Fred and McTominay as well.
yeah.
Maybe we may see a better role than what we saw under the last two regimes. Under
Yes.
so I'm expecting to see some sort of improvement in midfield, because in Ten Hag system, this midfield has a discipline as well as structure with regards to the defense. Like, um, the build up really helps from the midfield, and we it's essential that we get a left footed centre back. I think after, if you're not able to get that CDM position, left footed centre back is mandatory, whatever
Yeah.
it is. We may get one midfielder. We will definitely get one midfielder. Then CDM is the next role, which I would prefer to be resolved. But if we are not getting the ideal target, or let's say any sort of target which is there on our list, just go for a
Let's
left
go to
footed
that
centre back.
CDM thing,
Yes, yes.
because that has been the most of the talks regarding United. If you don't sign a CDM, you are not going to win anything. You are not going to do anything. What is a CDM? So I want a honest answer from you guys. Like, what is a CDM, and what is a CDM in two pivot system of Erik Ten Hag?
I mean, that's a
So
problem. I mean,
I will just ask, like, is Nevers a CDM? If Nevers is a CDM, then I rest my case.
I mean, for me, like, we are hearing this. I mean, this CDM thing for the last 2 or 3 years, if I'm right. Every
I
player,
actually I am fucking irritated that just sign someone for 5 million and be a CDM, and just for namesake sign someone.
yeah.
Like,
Even if every day, I'm part of one of the United groups, so every day you will be reading some of the bits from people saying that we don't have CDM. Where is the CDM? Without CDM there is nothing. But to be honest, see the improvements of Fred and Ralph Ragnick. Even though those 6 months or 7 months was
yeah.
shit, but he improved a lot. He can be the ball winner, and alongside De Jong, it will be amazing. We need to understand that if we are not getting the player of the
It may
profile,
not
if
be
we are not
amazing, but
getting,
it will work for a year. Like, until we can get in someone.
anyway, we are not
Yeah,
working like a City or PSG.
yeah, yeah.
We
That's what.
are
Yeah,
we are like sports. What to say, like sports business team. So
yeah.
which won't be
We
go
are not
further.
sports washing team.
Yeah,
Yeah, sports business, which
purely
is both
business.
are different.
Yeah,
Purely
Yeah,
business, sports business.
or a
So both
yeah,
are
commercial spot.
different.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like our structure is like Phil said. Glazers is always in touch with John Henry, how they are developed, how their Liverpool things and all. Same applicable here. It will be a process. Like I asked him, we are we expecting a process like Klopp did at Liverpool? The same thing it is going to be happen here. So one by one only we will be settling up. Not like City did in overnight. I mean, Pep came in and he asked for 7 or 8 players. He got 8, and the next season he thrown I think 5 or 6 players out. He bought again 7 or 8 players in. So that was a scenario. If you are remembering those things, so we are not going to buy players like anything. we are mainly concentrating on four players. So which may be midfielder, uh, I mean, like said, left-footed CB,
Yeah,
right back, and maybe a right winger. And then if he
maybe a right
gets,
winger, maybe a
yeah,
striker. A
striker,
versatile
whatever,
forward is the
versatile
even.
forward. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't still don't know what's that mean. The
yes.
VC. Yeah,
So I don't think if we are going to get a person called CDM,
yeah.
that's a problem. And our the CDM thing is not mandatory, to be honest. Here we need two players. One is going to get the ball winner, and the other one is going to get forward, which is De Jong is there, and Fred is going to support him. And some today morning there was reports like Tom McDermott was reporting about Ruben Neves. I don't know how it will work
No,
because
if Ruben Neves is signed, I think most of our fans will be accepting it as a CDM.
but it is not. That's where
It
the
is
problem
not.
is.
Yeah. He is
Moutinho,
not. He's
yeah,
actually very similar to De Jong.
to De Jong. Yeah, Moutinho
Yeah.
was the Moutinho
Moutinho
is
was
the
the ball winner. Yeah.
ball winner there, and he is winning the ball in front of the defense. Then the Neves going forward. That's what happening there.
Yeah.
So
Neves
what's
was
the
the
point?
ball progressing pivot
Yes.
in that. Two
Then
pivot.
what's the point of buying Neves here for 60 or 70 million? So
No, that will means that will just strike off that CDM thing from
yeah.
that. We have bought a
So
CDM.
so this is what like Krishnan said. I
And I
just want to
don't
say that
for just to add thing, I don't think we are going to buy a destroyer kind of DM
yes,
in a Ten Hag system. So
no,
I don't think we will buy a NDD. So,
yes,
uh, so that will work. NDD is really good a ball winner, but he is kind of a destroyer DM.
yes,
But that I don't think we will buy that also. Like he wants someone like when he bought when Shone was the one who played alongside Frank De Jong at the first attack. Then to replace Shone, he bought in Alvarez. Alvarez is someone in Ajax system. Ajax fans itself say that he is not really good in a ball. Like he is not really good. So, but he wins lot of ball. Lot of he's a really good ball winner. So it's kind of similar to what United fans say about Fred.
yes. That's
So
what
yeah,
we. I mean, last season, every season we will have a scapegoat, right? So most of the times we will be saying too many bad things about Fred, but we have
but
to
last season
understand
it was
that
Maguire.
last
Yes,
season,
Maguire. Yeah,
yes,
Maguire.
Yeah.
it was Maguire, and still people were criticizing Fred for it, but still it was the best season for Fred in a United
I think
shirt
only three
last season.
players probably can claim they had a good season. That
De Gea, of course,
one is Ronaldo, one is De Gea, and De Gea is
one is Fred.
debatable, but then I will give
Yes,
to
Yeah.
De
still.
Gea.
I think
Then
that's a
Fred.
debate for another episode. De Gea.
Yeah, another episode.
Yes. We
If I start on De Gea, it will go on like anything.
yeah.
Yeah, we can make a
I
2 hour podcast for De Gea.
I just want to add one more thing. I was curious about are we gonna buy a right wing, a right back? That's what I asked Phil. So what he was saying about if we are going to buy a right back, we need to get that sync happen. And he was comparing the Luke Shaw's, I mean, on the pitch relationship with, I mean, Depay, Memphis Depay. That was the best time our left side was performing well. And then there was Rashford and I mean Rashford
But
and
it
Luke Shaw
doesn't.
was.
I don't think that's the thing with Ten Hag and Van Gaal and Pep. All this like there is a difference in how they play. So
Yes,
if we are the thing is in Ajax system, he made Dali Blind the left back, but Dali Blind was coming in as the third CB.
third
But
CB. Yes,
I don't know whether he will do that for Shaw. Shaw can play that because we
yes,
have seen him play as a third CB under
yes.
Ole. But I don't know whether he will do that to Shaw because Shaw is really good going forward. We don't
He is.
really have a fullback that is really good at going forward. Apart from
Yes.
Shaw, you can maybe tell us but Tellus is so atrocious in
I
defending.
mean,
Yeah,
defending, he can run forward like anything, but I won't expect him to be a best defender or third defender at Ten Hag system.
yeah, yeah.
No, never.
So what
Yeah,
happens is, if we are doing that in right side, then and reports are Ten Hag is keeping Dalot, and he plans to sell Aaron Bissaka.
Yes,
Uh, so we need someone to play. I think Lindelof can play that. That Lindelof can play that RB to right side center back, or when possession RB to that DM inverted full back kind of thing. That what Kyle Walker plays.
yes,
Lindelof can do that, but I think Timber is more aligned than Lindelof for that position,
of course,
in my opinion. So
of course.
yeah, so I think that's when we are, so it's really interesting. So if we are going to sign someone like Dumfries, right, then he is
Yes,
planning to do that in left side.
yeah,
Got it. So
yes,
Dumfries
yes.
and Dalot means we are attacking in right side.
Right side, yeah,
Means that we are attacking means we are going forward in right side.
right
uh,
side.
the left sided one will be the one who comes in.
Yes, yes,
So that depends, like that depends on our signing, who we are going to sign. So that's what I'm really looking at. There is even link about Malaysia.
yeah.
uh,
yeah.
so that guy is again he's
He's a
I
left
think,
back, right?
yeah, he's a
It's
left back.
he can play. Yes,
Yeah,
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 he's a
yeah.
left back. So I think he's more like a show. So I don't think he can play that LCB kind of thing.
Yes,
Who comes in? So if we are doing that, then right back, I think either I don't think Malaysia, because we have a lot of other priorities. So I don't think that will happen. I am just talking, but then we will have to sign a right back who does that, right? So
yes,
if we are doing that, um, that's the thing that I am very intrigued to see who we will go for. So depending on that only we can comment on, like, what he will do. He will certainly implement this system. But then again,
yes.
I spoke with someone like in Holland, um, I think last week or something, and he was mentioning that this is the system he played in Ajax, but that's the Ajax thing. Like Ajax has to play in a possession-based style, but in Utrecht before this, he played lot of different system. He even played a 3-5-2, it seems. So it does it, like I don't know. Like we have to see him preseason what he like. What he says is he adapts to the club,
Yes,
club's history and club thing. So he's not really a Pep kind of one who is definitely
adamant.
into a, yeah, adamant about a formation or like a philosophy, kind of like Van Gaal and everyone. He is more like a, in that mind he is more like a Klopp, like,
Yes,
or a Tuchel. Tuchel is the right one because he is more
yes,
adaptable. He
yeah,
can change the formation. That's what he said to me. So I don't really know he will implement this system in United also, because we have Ronaldo. That's another thing. I think he can play that Haller role. But if Ten Hag believes he cannot really, because whenever I see Haller plays, he doesn't really press three people, three center back. He press one, and if the ball
yeah,
goes, other guys press. Okay, so if you want Ronaldo to press one, he will do that. He can do
yeah.
one pressing. He won't
Yes,
he won't run around like anything. He will do this one press and he can go to the wings. That's not a
yes.
problem with Ronaldo. The problem with Ronaldo is when you say that you have to press like a Salah or Mane.
Ah,
That's
that's
never
a
going to
problem.
happen.
Yes,
Yeah, at 37-year-old guy cannot do that.
And yeah,
So yeah,
regarding Ronaldo's pressing as well, I think even Bruno's positioning when Ronaldo presses, that needs to be
Yeah,
disciplined as well, because
Yes. Yep.
uh, yeah, we understand that Bruno is that passionate player who's there in our squad who wants to win games and like energetic, like he gets frustrated very easily. He wants to create chances, but the thing is, when it comes to pressing, Ronaldo, he takes the initiative to press initially, and then Bruno comes out of his position and tries to press really hard. He actually presses really well, but the problem is the space that he occupied earlier, it becomes vacant, and
Yes.
yeah,
our opposition team exploits it, and then we are,
yeah,
that's where
Yes.
things end up badly, and
yeah.
then Fred
That's
and
where.
McTominay
Yeah,
come.
that's where I think that's where the Tadic role comes in. So Tadic and Haller played well. So Bruno can Ronaldo can like if you give a system for that, they can do that.
Yes.
So some Anurag commented that Lindelof has a good passing, but he's struggling against physically strong players. So that's why I said like he can do that Kyle Walker role, and I think he's the like Varane has, but Lindelof has that recovery pace also. It's not like Maguire. He has a good pace on Lindelof. He can come back. His only problem is his aerial ability.
Yeah.
Uh, so, but he kind of improved on that last season, I would say. But it's still a weak point. But if you play in a right back role or a right sided third CB kind of role, I don't think that will be bad for Lindelof. We will have to see all this in pre-season. That's why I'm very skeptical to say this guy will play this role this game, because even I don't know. Even I am learning. Like I am very intrigued to see what he will do in the first pre-season match. Like there will
Yes.
be two lineups, so we will. So through the pre-season, we will get more and more info on what he is going to do. So
Yes.
we have to look out for that. It's almost 1 hour, guys. So we have to wind up now. I think we have covered everything. Anything else to add, guys? Like
I think
No, I think, yeah.
yeah, we
Uh,
have
uh,
covered everything. Yeah, right.
yeah.
Anything
The
else?
only thing, I want to add with when I asked Phil about is there any chance of Glazers leaving, he said that he said that it's all about next season and how we are gonna perform on next season. If it's going on to it, I he also hoping for a better season, but
But
if it's
the
going
Chelsea sale kind of put a damper for me for that, because
yeah.
if Chelsea
So
is going for 4.2 billion, something like that,
and yeah,
imagine.
it's because of if there is any I mean sponsorship things or anything, everything is getting ruined, then they
Yeah,
will
but
be out
they
of
will
hand to
still
solve.
expect that kind of figure, right, AJ? Like
Yeah.
if Chelsea is 4.2 billion, United
Yeah.
is, yeah, how much? How much?
The problem is like we are generating money for ourselves, I mean as a club.
Yeah,
The
that's the
problem is
main
like
issue.
that's a
That's the main
problem.
issue that Chelsea doesn't. Still, they went for 4.2 billion. Like,
Yeah.
so how much for us?
So it's like next season will be a crucial season for Glazers. That's what he feels, and I
Yeah,
also feel that there will be some changes if it's not going on the proper
but
way. But
how many people can put together a 6 billion bid?
like, I mean, again, there are people or consortiums can be ready for it. But still, again, I don't want any businessman coming to, I mean, sports businessman coming into United and buying it. We will
I
be
don't
seeing
want anyone. I
another.
don't. I don't really like anyone to like a country or someone like a human
Yes.
rights thing and also
Yo,
coming to.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 not at all.
that will go against everything that I preach every day.
We don't want that. We don't
Yeah.
want that to be happening at our club. I mean, yeah, we are generating our own volumes or our own business or our own revenues. We just need someone putting that revenue back to the club, not
I
taking
think,
away from
yeah,
the club.
I feel the exit point will happen once the revenue that they get right now, it appears to come to a saturation point. I think we are at that stage where the
Yes.
broadcasting revenue is not gonna go up anymore.
Yes.
Even if there is an increase, it's gonna be minimal. It won't be something which helps the Glazers in a much bigger manner. What Glazers can do is the stadium redevelopment. Maybe if they make something like what Spurs have done, they could collect. Spurs have a area where they can tap in beer from below. It's a very unique thing that I've heard from people who have gone to this to watch the game at Spurs Stadium. So, uh,
Yes.
if they can keep some interactive elements inside the stadium, they can generate good revenue. Otherwise, I don't think that'll take place very easily. It'll take a lot of time, and we are doing it on a face by face basis.
Yeah.
Maybe we might redevelop one of the stands initially, and then it'll take a lot of time. And I feel the results are essential, like what AJ said, for the Glazers to continue.
Yeah.
Same as
Good.
like we are expecting a Liverpool rebuild. Hate to say that, but still,
Yeah.
it is going to be
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. So upon that, hopefully we will be back and we will be challenging like Liverpool do, and it is very bad thing to say that. And hopefully I cannot say that from next season onwards, because I hope that something will happen and um, so we are winding up on that. We are almost we have exceeded the 1 hour limit, and I hope you guys stay till the end and watch this. If anyone has done that about three guys going on about United, then you are a very big United fan, and thanks for that. So thank you guys. We will come back on next day, and we will update on our social media and everything. Please like and share and subscribe. That's AJ's kid, no one else. So don't worry about that. So
Thank you very much.
thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.